ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतिरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, 332 37 प्रावोचं भक्तियोगस्य स्वरूपं ते चतुर्विधं कालस्य चाव्यक्तगतेर्योऽन्तर्धावति जन्तुषु. My dear mother, I have explained to you the process of devotional service and its identity in four different social divisions. I have explained to you as well how eternal time is chasing the living entities, although it is imperceptible to them. The process of Bhakti Yoga is the main river flowing down towards the sea of the absolute truth, and all other processes mentioned are just like tributaries. Lord Kapila is summarizing the importance of the process of devotional service. Bhakti Yoga is divided into four divisions, three in the material modes of nature and one in transcendence, which is untinged by the modes of material nature. Devotion service mixed with the modes is a means for material existence. Whereas devotion service without desires for fruitive result and without attempts for empirical philosophical research is pure transcendental devotional service. See, it says mixed devotion is a means for material existence, meaning it will not take us out of this material world. We will, like I've been saying, we will go to Swarga. Shrine Punyamartya Lokam Vishanti. We might come down in case we are able to do bhakti there and come move from mixed devotion to pure devotion, then we can go to Krishna. So this is one of the important things from Kapiladev's this whole talk is that one has to do pure devotion, and mixed devotion is natural for most of us who have conditioned in this material world and have taken up bhakti. So inevitably we everybody inevitably starts with mixed devotion. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna arto artharti jignasu gnani cha bharatarshava. So somehow you come to devotion, but mostly everybody will be mostly on the platform of mixed devotion, meaning some are still attached to getting some material benefits, etc. We're not doing devotion just for the pleasure of the Lord. Yeah. Doing devotion is definitely much better than any other path. Kama sarva kamo va moksha kamo darati. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purvam puram. But either way, even if you have material desires, Bhagavatam says Tivrena bhakti yogena. Intense devotion is required. Because this devotion to Krishna is such that even if one has material desires, if there is intense devotion, that Krishna purifies us. Connect just being in touch with Krishna purifies us. So in course of time, if you are following the process properly and not holding on to material desires, the material desires will just vanish and we'll come to the pure path. So process is like that. But of course, that requires us to be in the association of pure devotees, hear from Srila Prabhupada on a daily basis, try to accept the message seriously. Then it's not very difficult. It's the easiest and Susukam. It's the happiest. Actually, many people think that this pure devotion, following rules, regulations, it's all like too. I mean, we come to devotion, let's just be, free and do whatever we want. Yeah, we can do that, but that's just prayers. Meaning it will not give us ultimate good. It's just sense gratification. So we'll remain in the material world, but we take up little bit austerities, follow the process properly, follow rules and regulations properly. It might seem because it's not really. It might seem troublesome, but it's not really troublesome, and we end up with Krishna. That's the best part, right? So we have to decide Each of us have our own paths to take. And we can decide, okay, no, no, I'm happy with mixed devotion. I'll end up in Swarga, and then we'll see. Okay, up to you. Or we can say, no, no, I'm not going to do mixed devotion. I want to do pure devotion and get out of this material world, go to Krishna, serve him nicely, and be there eternally in full bliss. Then we just take up pure devotion, and then if suppose say we are stuck in mixed devotion, but we want to go to pure devotion, it's very easy. Simply pray to Krishna for mercy. Pray to Prabhupada, pray to Guru if you are initiated. Just pray for mercy, and the mercy will flow, and then associate with pure devotees, associate with devotees who don't want to do mixed devotion, and then we are on our way. It's a very simple process. Uh, but yeah, but every it's all about our decisions, right? What kind of activities we are engaged in, whom we are associating with, how much we are wanting to adhere to standards. It's all our choice. It's all our choice. And if we make the right choices, anukulyasya sankalpaha, whatever is favorable to pure devotion, then we will reach the stage of pure devotion because the process is very powerful. The process is very powerful. So this is the actually essence, most important lesson from this conversation. जीवस्य संसृतिर्बह्वीर् विद्याकर्म निर्मिताः या स्वङ्गप्रविशन् आत्मा न वेद गतिमात्मनः. There are varieties of material existence for the living entity according to the work he performs in ignorance or forgetfulness of his real identity. My dear mother, if anyone enters into that forgetfulness, he is unable to understand where his movements will end. Really, I mean, any path apart from bhakti, nobody knows where they're going to end. They might go to Urdhvam Gachanti Satvastha, higher planets, back to Earth, go down to lower planetary systems, go to hell, could be anywhere. Once one enters into the continuation of material existence, it is very difficult to get out. So we should understand this actually. You know, we are just a few steps away from Goloka, few steps away. Because we are so fortunate that we have come to Krishna consciousness under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, who was given of pure devotional service. So literally, we are a few steps away. So though it is so difficult to get out of this material existence, and it almost practically seems impossible, but the path is so powerful that it can just pull us out. So it's very difficult to get out, but Mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Krishna says, Mameva ye prapadyante. One who surrenders to Krishna will get out. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes himself or sends his bona fide representative, and he leaves behind scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, so that the living entities hovering in the darkness of nescience may take advantage of the instructions. The important thing is to take advantage of instructions, not just hearing them and forgetting them. We have to take advantage of instructions, sadhus and gurus, not gurus, because it's Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus. So once we take advantage of instructions, saintly persons and spiritual masters, we will be freed. Unless the living entity receives the mercy of the saintly person, spiritual master, or Krishna, it is not possible for him to get out of the darkness of material existence. By his own endeavor, it is not possible. And receiving the mercy of saintly persons means Vani and Vapu. So hearing from them, without hearing, there's nothing we can do. Hearing from them and serving them. Mm, Vaishnavas, gurus, we should always hear from them, serve them. Hear from them, serve them. That is guaranteed process. And the more we hear, the more Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita says it's an infection. And that infection of pure devotion will enter us also. And then we'll also get infected by it. We'll also get purified. And then there's no question of rotting in this material world. Uh, so one is our desire to get out, to purify, go back to Krishna. Second is the kind of association and our willingness to follow instructions. So these two are important. First stage is desire, that I want to actually do pure devotion. Second is getting the right association, getting the right guidance. And then we will see the result. Unlike most other people who don't know where they're going to end up. Very scary situation. Naitat khalayopadishen na vinitaya karhichit na stabdhaya na bhinnaya naiva dharmadvajaya cha. But Kapila continued, this instruction is not meant for the envious. Not meant for the envious. Who are the envious? Who are the ones who are envious of Krishna? Who is envious of Krishna? Anybody?
Krishna Prabhu, those
The
who are
Mayavadis.
doing
Sorry?
adharma, those who are doing adharma,
Those who are doing adharma. Okay. What else?
Those who want to lord it over
Yeah.
material all
Those
the
who want
time.
to lord it over material nature, all of us. All of us are envious of Krishna. Why? Because he is the only enjoyer. No, no, no. Why he has to be the only enjoyer? I am also going to be enjoyer. Hmm. So this instruction is not meant for them. That means that we have to rectify this nature. It's okay if we are conditioned, meaning we are being forced by our previous, conditioning to engage in sense of enjoyment, but we should be really repentful of that. We should feel really miserable after we do that, saying that no, no, what is this? I'm not supposed to be doing this. Krishna is the only enjoyer. Mm. But those who are intentionally wanting to be envious saying, no, no, I'm here for sense gratification, this instruction is not for them. Those who are helplessly engaged in sense enjoyment but want to get out, this instruction is for them. And it's absolutely not for the agnostics. Don't believe in God. No, or for persons who are unclean in their behavior. Yeah, adharma. This is adharma. Nor is it for hypocrites. Who is a hypocrite? Who is a hypocrite?
those who are against the God,
Huh?
those who are against the God.
No, no, no. Who is a hypocrite? English, normal English meaning of a hypocrite.
Those who try to pretend they
Yeah,
like
pretend. There's something inside, something else outside.
something else.
Simple. Right? They say, oh, I'm a great devotee and this and that, and like tears flowing from their eyes, and then they're engaged in sense enjoyment. So they're hypocrites. Right? So just cheating, showing off, inside something, outside something. So this instruction is not for hypocrites. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his Vaishnava case says that this is the worst quality for a Vaishnava. Worst quality. Anything else can be fixed. But one who is a hypocrite, he cannot be fixed because nobody knows really what he is. Outside is something, inside is something else. Outside is smiling and inside is like, abusing and, you know, or back in the back of the person, go and talk bad about that person. Such people help hopeless situation. Hopeless. They can be doing anything, however big service they might be doing, but they cannot be considered as a Vaishnava because hypocrisy is not a quality of a Vaishnava. Mm. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is very, very heavy about this in Vaishnava. And yeah, persons who are proud of material possessions. Kapil Dev is not saying persons who have material possessions. No, persons who are proud. Oh, I have this, I have that. No. Persons who have material possessions and who are using it for Krishna service, absolutely no problem. Very welcome. Right? Yesterday we were having there's one more it's a new center that is opened in JP Nagar 8th phase and we just starting there and then there's so much of expense and we were thinking that so many people have so many material positions. And all we want is some 55,000 rupees per month. uh, we were thinking, okay, I think we have to go to all these people in apartments. And if somebody if 10 people can give us 5,000 per month, or 5 people can give us 10,000 rupees per month, then we are done. Mm. But people are very, very, they're so attached to their material possessions. They don't want to give anything to Krishna. Right? So, no use of such material possessions. Material possessions are actually supposed to be used for Krishna service only. You know. And it's not like these people can't give a 10,000 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 from what they're earning. It'll be possibly less than 10% of their earning, right? But yeah, people are very, very kripana, misers. What to do? Anyway, it's an opportunity for us to purify ourselves by struggling to get that money from various other means. न लोलुपायोपदिशेन् न गृहारूढचेतसे न भक्ताय च मे जातु न मद्भक्तद्विषामपि. It is not to be instructed to persons who are too greedy, too attached to family life, not to persons who are non-devotees and who are envious of the devotees and of the person who got it. Mm. Persons who are always planning to do harm to other living entities are not eligible to understand Krishna consciousness and cannot enter into the realm of transcendental devotional service. Now, of course, this doesn't mean Prabhupada is not saying that don't give them an opportunity. Or he's not saying that. He's saying don't discuss Kapildev's instructions with him. Hmm. So we have to give them devotion, we have to give them Hare Krishna Mahamantra, give them prasadam, give them everything so that they will come out of being greedy, envious, etc., etc. But we don't take Kapila Muni's instructions and give it to a neophyte, somebody who's just come into Krishna consciousness, right? So that's the point. Also, there are so-called disciples who become submissive to a spiritual master most artificially with an ulterior motive. This is very dangerous. Again, same hypocrisy, most artificially. They also cannot understand what Krishna consciousness devotional service is. Persons who due to being initiated by another sect of religious faith, they do not find devotional service as the common platform for approaching Supreme Person of Godhead. Also cannot understand. So various types of people, Prabhupada is explaining, they all can't come to Krishna. We have experienced that some students come to join us, but because of being biased in some particular type of faith, they leave our camp and become lost in the wilderness. Actually, Krishna consciousness is not a sectarian religious faith. It is a teaching process for understanding the Supreme Lord and our relationships with Him. Anyone can join this movement without prejudice, but unfortunately, there are persons who feel differently. Therefore, it is better not to instruct the signs to such persons. Hmm. Prabhupada is speaking from his experience during the time when he was writing this purport, you know. So some of the current context he gives in his purports. Generally, materialistic persons are after some name, fame, material gain. If someone takes to Krishna consciousness for these reasons, name, fame, material gain, people might be surprised. They might ask, huh? Why would people come to ISKCON and look for name, fame, material gain? Classic example is our big temple. Big temple in Bangalore. Yeah, people think that's the only ISKCON temple. Name, fame, material gain. Nothing else. So yeah, it is common. It is common that people go behind name, fame, material gain. I want this position. I want to be recognized. I'm doing so much service. For whom am I do? Are you doing service? You're not doing service to please me. You're doing service to please Krishna. So why should you be recognized? Why should somebody like glorify you? Very low class, right? And position also. People want position. Mm. They won't do anything, but they want position. What use? Rather be a nobody and serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada. That's better. Such persons take to religious principles as a social decoration. They admit themselves into some cultural institution for the sake of name only, especially in this age. Such persons also cannot understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Meaning one who doesn't have pure intention to understand Krishna cannot understand. So these are all different types of such people who don't have pure intention, right? So they cannot understand. Superficially, such persons are not very greedy for material persons, but they are too attached to wife, children, family improvement. When a person is not contaminated by the above mentioned faults, yet at the ultimate issue is not interested in the service of the Supreme Lord, or if he is a non-devotee, he also cannot understand. So some of them have faults, some of them don't have faults, but still they are not interested in service of Supreme Lord, and they also cannot understand the philosophy. So there are a lot of people who become disqualified because of these bad qualities. Still, job of a devotee is to somehow give Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says don't give it, but devotees are very merciful. So though This purport is there, but what Prabhupada did, just went and tried to give it to everybody. And of course, then in the middle, there'll be dropouts because many people will belong to this category. They will drop out. They might drop out. They're unfortunate. But yeah, what can be done? Initially, Prabhupada used to be very concerned that many people are leaving. They come to ISKCON and then they're leaving. Then he said, no, this is going to be there. People are going to come and go. We can try to bring them back, but it's natural. It's a very normal process because of the bad conditioning, because of all these kind of bad qualities one has. They will end up leaving ISKCON and association of devotees. Unfortunate, but real. Shraddhadhanaaya bhaktāya vinītāya bhuteshu kritamaitrāya shushushabhirataya cha. Instruction should be given to the faithful devotee who is respectful. See, this is so important. See, relationship with the Guru must be first on the platform of respect and then on the platform of love. First, there has to be respect, because without respect, if there's love, it will become very casual. So it has to be respect and it also has to be love. Otherwise, we can't take nice care of Guru, serve the Guru nicely, right? So faithful devotee is always respectful to the Guru. He will never see the Guru on the material platform. He will always see the Guru on the spiritual platform, irrespective of what the material situations might be. And he is non-envious, meaning he is not trying to take up the position of Guru. Non-envious. He knows he is a servant. Friendly to all kinds of living entities and eager to render service. So nicely in one verse, Kapila Muni has summarized the qualities that we have to make progress. So beautiful. Shraddhadanaya, Bhaktaya, Vinitaya. Respectful, Vinita, should be humble, Anasuyave, non-envious, Bhuteshu Kritamaitraya, friendly to others, friendly to all living entities. I mean, we are devotees, and I see in big gatherings, we end up shouting at people. This happens time and again, even though we keep trying to sensitize serving devotees, saying that don't do this. No, they still think they have some upper hand. Don't know what that upper hand is, but they feel they're superior. And then they shout at people who are actually guests of Krishna. Very sad. And eager to render service with faith and sincerity. See, sincerity is a very, very important there. And faith, we should have faith. Okay. Prabhupada, Acharyas, Guru, senior Vaishnavas, we should have faith and sincerity and serve. These qualities are required. If we develop these qualities, then nobody can touch us. Maya cannot touch us. No situations can touch us. Nothing. We are definitely on our way back. Very, very nice summary. Bahirjata viragaya Shantachittaya diyatam nirmatsaraya shuchaye yasyaham preyasam priyaha. This instruction should be imparted by the spiritual master to persons who have taken the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be more dear than anything. More dear than that our most dear material thing. You are not envious of anyone, not Supreme Lord, not other jivas, not even other animals. Perfectly cleansed. Cleansed meaning nothing else in the heart. Simply to serve Krishna. Sometimes what happens actually, this our desire to serve Krishna becomes what should I say? It becomes favorable to one set of people and unfavorable to another set of people. But a perfectly cleansed person will try to manage it such that it doesn't hurt anybody's interest. In the sense, it doesn't hurt the interest of anybody who is also pure. I'll give you an example. For example, if suppose say I get a book at 100 rupees and now I'm trying to sell it at 200 rupees. Now I'm trying to make 100 rupees profit. Now, yeah, on one end, I can say I'm raising this 100 rupees profit for, whatever. I have a temple center to run. I'm going to raise this 100 rupees. Now, the other way of looking at it is going to create problems for those people who want to read spiritual knowledge, but for whom 200 rupees is too much for that book. Maybe they are willing to pay 130 rupees, 150 rupees maximum. So, so it's important that a perfectly cleansed person will say, okay, what is my overall intention? Why am I saying, why are we distributing these books? Because we have to distribute this knowledge. And in a country like India, see, in the country like US or other foreign countries where dollar to rupee, like their small books, Prabhupada's books is like maybe $1, $2. And generally people will give $5, $10, right? It's not a big amount. But here for, in India, for example, somebody is earning 10,000 rupees. For him, 200 rupees is quite a lot of money, right? Or 500 rupees is quite a lot of money. So, yeah, perfectly cleansed person will always be clear about what the ultimate goal is. He'll not get stuck in temporary situations, right? So that's also very important. And who have developed detachment for that which is outside the purview of Krishna consciousness. In the beginning, no one can be elevated to the highest stage of devotion. Here, bhakta means one who does not hesitate to accept the reformatory processes. Look at this powerful statement. Who is a bhakta? One who does not hesitate to accept reformatory processes for becoming a bhakta. So we are not bhaktas, but if we don't accept the reformatory processes, which are basically rules and regulations, then we cannot be called bhakta. In order to become a bhakta, one has to accept a spiritual master, inquire from him about how to progress in devotional service. What is the idea of accepting guru is to make progress in devotional service. Now, if we are initiated, but we have not even, I mean, we have no interest to make any progress, then we didn't have to take initiation. It was not for us. Initiation means for one who wants to make progress. Initiate into spiritual life. That's what it means. Once you're initiated, then you make progress in spiritual life. But if you don't inquire how to make progress, then why did we get initiated at all? Why are we in ISKCON at all, for that matter? Everybody should desire to make progress. To serve a devotee, to chant the holy name according to a certain counting method, to worship the deity, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita from a realized person, and to live in a sacred place where devotion is not disturbed are the first out of 64 devotional activities for making progress. So this is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami says. Hmm, This is serving the Guru, chanting the holy name, worshipping the deity, hear Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and live in a sacred place. One who has accepted these 5 chief activities is called a Bhakta, devotee. If you have not accepted these, I know that many don't even want to read every day. These are 5 basic activities of a devotee, chief activities. One must be prepared to offer the necessary respect and honor to the spiritual master. He should not be unnecessarily envious of his god brothers. Oh, this is a major one. And rather, if a god brother is more enlightened and advanced in Krishna consciousness, one should accept him as almost equal to the spiritual master. And one should be happy to see such god brothers advance in Krishna consciousness. Devotee should always be very kind to the general public. See, very kind in instructing Krishna consciousness, because that is the only solution for getting out of the clutches of Maya. That is really humanitarian work, for it is a way to show mercy to other people who need it very badly. The word Shushushabhirataya indicates a person who faithfully engages in serving the spiritual master. But if one serves the spiritual master, but he is envious of his god brothers, then it's material. One should give personal service and all kinds of comfort to the spiritual master, even without him asking. It's not that Guru has to ask. We have to give. If he accept, he'll accept. Otherwise, he'll reject. That's okay. That's his prerogative. But as a devotee, as a disciple, we should give personal service. We should try to give all kinds of comforts. A devotee who does so is also a bona fide candidate for taking this instruction. The word Bahirjata Viragaya means a person who has developed detachment from external and internal material propensities. Not only is he detached from activities which are not connected to Krishna, but he should be internally averse to material way of life. See, should be averse. He is a bhakta. Such a person must be non-envious and should think of the welfare of all living entities, not only humans but also other jivas. The word Suchaye means one who is cleansed both internally and externally. To actually cleanse the externally and internally, one should chant the holy name. The word Diyatam means knowledge of Krishna consciousness should be offered by the spiritual master. Spiritual master must not accept a disciple who is not qualified. Actually, in fact, Shastra says that if a guru accepts a disciple who is not qualified, he has to take the repercussions of that. He will have to suffer for that. Actually, Shastra says he should not be professional and should not accept disciples for monetary gain. The bona fide spiritual master must see the bona fide qualities of a person whom he is going to initiate. See, this is the reason why, especially people who recommend devotees for initiation, because the guru has to see the bona fide qualities. Basic thing is sincerity to make progress in Krishna consciousness. If that is not there, we should not recommend such people. If people don't want to follow rules and regulations, we should not recommend such people. Because then it will become that the guru has accepted an unqualified disciple, which results in suffering. It results in punishment for the guru. So those who are senior disciples, devotees, disciples of a guru who are recommending devotees for initiation, should understand if we do mistake, if we take it very lightly, guru suffers. Simple. An unworthy person should not be initiated. Spiritual master should train his disciple in such a way so that in the future only the Supreme Personality of Godhead will be the dearest goal of life. Spiritual master needs to train. So spiritual master needs to accept devotees who are qualified and then he has to train them. In these two verses, the qualities of devotee are fully explained. One who has actually developed all the qualities listed in these verses already elevated to the post of a devotee. If one has not developed these qualities, he still has to fulfill these conditions in order to become a perfect devotee. So these qualities are required in these two verses, meaning 41 and 42 describe the qualities of a devotee. So I request everybody to please read the verse and purport again so that we become clear what qualities we have to actually develop. Yeah, I think we are done. Yaidam shunu yadamba shraddhaya purushasya krit yo vabhidatte macchitta sahyeti padavim chame. Anyone who once meditates upon me with faith and affection, who hears and chants about me, surely goes back home, back to Godhead. And we've done a deep hearing of this, in almost, I was seeing yesterday, 77, 78 sessions we've done to understand Kapila Muni and his instructions. So we are sure that Kapila Muni would have given us his benediction, that we will make progress and go back home, back to Godhead. With this, we end this discussion. There's one more chapter, but I will not discuss that. It's just Kapila Muni ending his pastime, so we can just read that and finish. So I'm not here actually from Monday. Tomorrow I'm there, but I don't want to start a new topic tomorrow. So we will, unless any of you want some different topic to be discussed, we will mostly restart next Thursday. In case there's any change, I'll let you know in the group. Tomorrow, in case we want to have a class, you can let me know. Otherwise, we will meet next Thursday. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. We can have a class and you can speak about any pastime or anything, anything like you can glories of Krishna or talk about Guru
Okay.
Tattva, anything, something, Prabhu. Like we don't want to miss the class.
Okay. Okay. Any specific topics anybody want to discuss?
No, Prabhu.
Prabhu,
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, just a request again. I'll leave up to your discretion, but yeah, I mean, if you can talk about Mayapur Dham Mahatmya, I know you kind of mentioned it before, but just
Okay.
as a suggestion, suggest a
Okay.
suggestion.
Okay. Okay. Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, like today's topic, like what was in the last, of course we know about not like initiation and this. Like
Hmm.
if Prabhupada had this mood, like I see my Guru Maharaj, he says, it's okay, it's coming on to me, but spread it as much as you. At least
Yeah.
they'll be committed. They
Yeah.
are dropouts, yes. And
Yeah.
Prabhupada had the same mood, and I see that. And like this Bhanumana said, like even if you don't take a guru, you can still go back to Godhead if you can chant. But then if
Hmm.
you're not committed, if you're not
Hmm.
tight, and like many of us won't even do 60 rounds. You'll say, nahi, char ho gaya, panch ho gaya, koi
Yeah.
baat
Yeah.
nahi, chant
Yeah.
ho gaya. So
Hmm.
that commitment is important, yes.
Yeah.
But the mood of the guru is also very like I see Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
He'll say, okay, the first initiation, it's okay. Give, give. At least they
Hmm.
get binded.
Hmm.
So a little, like
Yeah. I mean,
I
Prabhupada is
see
saying this.
yeah, I can see Anukul also, like many times he'll say, okay, Pella initiation hai, and is chanting, is following the four regulative principles. So like,
Yeah.
how do you go
See,
about it?
but I think two things. Even Prabhupada, what Prabhupada wanted, Prabhupada was not reluctant to initiate disciples, right?
Yes,
But what he was very, very particular was about their training. He was
yes,
very, very particular about people being trained. And if people are not learning, not reading his books, he used to be very upset,
upset,
you know.
yes,
So it's not just about, see, that is why I said the only qualification is actually sincerity.
sincerely.
Because a guru cannot, I mean, if a guru is expecting disciples to be already like super qualified, then he's not going to get anybody in Kali Yuga, right?
Yes, true.
So the qualification, the unworthiness is about the lack of sincerity to follow instructions, right?
Yes,
So if somebody
absolutely.
is at least sincere, saying that, okay, no, I am ready to follow. This is the first this is the only qualification I think most gurus look for. Of
Yes,
course,
true.
some are more stringent than the other. That's okay, right? The second thing which is very, very important is the training process, right?
Yes, true.
Now, unfortunately, what happens is that the training is overseen, right? And when the training is overseen, that's when the mercy of the guru will get misutilized,
Yes, true.
right? And it results in actually reverse. It hits the guru only and it results in suffering. So it's not that mercy should not be distributed, right? Obviously, whole Krishna conscious movement is for distributing mercy. But at least we should sensitize people to what initiation means. It's not that, okay, whether they have to know some shlokas, this, that, and all that. No, but they should at least understand that this is the beginning of their spiritual life, that they have to be serious about following certain rules and regulations, and that they have to be sincere to follow the instructions of Guru, right? If not Guru, senior disciples of Guru. And senior disciples of Guru have to take up the ownership of training. When this doesn't happen, it results in lot of chaos, right? So both, that is why Prabhupada in that purport is mentioning both the things. He's saying qualified people to be initiated and training program. So this is one thing which I personally feel is majorly lacking, right? Um, so at least in my own little way, at least I do that. Of course, I mean, I don't have to deal with hundreds of thousands of devotees, right? I mean, few devotees who are taking guidance from me, I make sure that they come to the right standard. Yeah. So, but yeah, but each such, I'm a tiny person now. Each such people, if they can take up this responsibility, right, to help people who are taking guidance from them to move on the path, to train them with the, what is right, what is wrong, what should be done, what should not be done, etc. Then obviously, then the actual work of the guru gets accomplished, right? Because otherwise, how will guru be able to reach to each and every disciple? He will never be able to reach, right? Um, so there are instructions. People don't hear those instructions. And so then there has to be somebody or a set of people in the middle who are actually doing this doing this, taking up this training responsibility, then the whole mission is accomplished. I think,
Yes, Prabhu.
sincere people get initiated and they get trained, so that everything is done nicely. I think that is what Prabhupada's overall framework
Yes.
was.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. I
Yeah.
was listening your I was also listening to the. I agree with your all these points actually, 100%. And if you don't, because Guru cannot train each and every disciple actually, that is become temple who recommends or who give recommendation. Their duty to recommend, to train them actually.
Train, yeah.
Yeah,
Recommend also,
for
at
that,
least
for
recommend at
that
least
purpose,
basic
for
sincerity.
that purpose, whatever you recommend, I does not go through retail. I know you because whichever you train after, then only can step in there actually. That's all.
Sorry, Prabhu, I didn't understand what you were saying.
I said
Ah.
after your recommendation, I does not go through details. As soon
Okay.
as because I know whichever you're sending, they are up to the some
Yeah,
stamp.
they
is
would have
there,
gone. They would have gone through real trouble with me.
Real trouble actually. Actually.
Because otherwise, see, after that, no, what I have seen, Prabhu, is post initiation people just escape, run away, right? We can't even catch hold of them,
100%.
right?
Actually,
So
if you remember on the Prabhupada both previous day and this previous day, I asked devotees how many are reading Prabhupada class. I hardly 5-6 devotees raised their hand actually.
See, that is the reason why though training expectation is post initiation. At least my approach is I reverse it, because post initiation we can't really change anybody, because literally they're out of. See, because they don't really accept authority, right? So this acceptance authority of an authority is a very, very important part. So when will somebody accept our authority? When we have guided them all along, then they will accept our authority. Otherwise, why will I just accept somebody's authority, right? It's natural, human beings will not accept. So if we actually take very personal interest and train people, they will also feel obliged, saying that, oh, this person has given so much of time and energy for me. Automatically they'll be willing to listen to what we say. So it accomplishes Guru's job, right? And then they become sincere, they also make progress. Movement makes progress, so everything happens. But if we are lenient at the time of initiation, without setting any expectations on people, after that we just lost them. That is the reason why the initiation becomes an important trigger, important quality criteria. But otherwise, if somebody is sincere to willing to get trained post initiation, that's also fine. But normally, practically, we don't see that happening, because people just somehow escape, right? And not answerable to anybody, don't pick up their phone, they're not reporting to any person, they don't submit their sadhana, nothing, right? Then how will they make progress? So it's a big challenge. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see something, whatever Krishna inspires tomorrow, we can discuss. Okay. Even Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindabhyo Japatitanam. Namo Namah. Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.